in my last tip, I mentioned to you that this tip, we're going to cover one aspect of the volley. That there's not really controversy, but there's some debate amongst coaches on one of the fundamentals, should you or should you not do something? Now, what I'm talking about is should you or should you not turn your shoulders when you volley? Well, if you look at a player volleying, most important thing, if you look at my last tip, was making that contact out in front of the body. I want to make contact in front of my body there, backhand and forehand. Some people have two-hand backhand. You especially want to get your hands out in front on the two-hand volley. As a coach or a teacher, I want to say as few things to the student that register and will produce a lot of results. Like one of these authors that says a lot of things in very few words. So for instance, if I was at the net and I was if you were at the net and I was coaching you, I would basically say just touch the ball out in front. Touch it. Okay? We as teachers sometimes give the wrong information. I want you guys to hit some volleys. And then I get frustrated that the player is swinging and hitting too hard. Well, I just told the player to hit some volleys. So hit means power. Hit might mean swing to me. And then you say, Coach, you're mad at me for hitting the ball, but you told me to hit the ball. What I really should say to the players, I want you to deflect it, or touch it, or redirect it. So if I was in the service box and I poached, I might want to poach it on the angle. My racket's just going to touch the ball on the angle. Jamie Murray's coach, I saw him in a presentation. He had players stand there and do patty cake. And if you look when you do patty cake, what we did, we practiced patty cakes like this. But instead of opening, we did this. And we went forward. So if I was doing that with the volley, I'm going to go straight to the ball. Now, I was reading in a tennis publication not too long ago, actually just recently, one Hall of Fame coach said that you don't get leverage if you turn your shoulders. So he wants me to turn my shoulders to get leverage. I don't really know what that means. The leverage I'm thinking about is getting the ball above net height so I can work some angles and make an easier volley. I don't necessarily need to turn to get some leverage. So I don't really understand that, but this coach, he is a Hall of Fame coach, but he's more known for building players' game from the baseline. I saw a professional player who is now a coach who said it's a 10% take back and a 90% follow through. 10% take back, 90% follow through. I think that's very confusing. I think we're giving the players too much information and too many things to think about. If you're volleying in a match, you basically just move to the ball. We're not trying to get the shoulders involved. So I don't teach anything about the shoulders. If I think shoulder turn, my racket tends to go where? Back. So I'm not a fan of saying move your shoulders or turn your shoulders, slight take back, slight shoulder turn. Will the shoulders move? Yes, of course they'll move. But when I volley, I'm basically trying to get my hands out to the ball. So my shoulder turn, but if I had turned to start with, my racket tends to get behind me, and that can cause all kind of problems. Keep things simple and straightforward. All right, now, when I'm in the service box and I try to hit the ball with some power, I just said hit. If I'm trying to make some pop, get some power on my volley, I simply squeeze the grip a little bit firmer. The other thing, the other source of power comes from the speed of the oncoming shot. So if the ball came very fast, it's going to ricochet back with some pop. So if the ball is really slow and I need to get some pop, I really get my feet pumping and I squeeze the grip on my contact. But if you notice when I do that, it's very short and compact. There's no take back, there's no follow through. I don't even say follow through on a volley. I just basically want the player to have their strings to face their target after they volley. Legendary coach and player Billie Jean King says that she wants to have the racket head up at the start of the volley and when you finish the volley. Try that, all right? Keep things simple. Most important thing to me that we're going to talk about especially is the footwork on the volley. We're not talking about today, but you got to watch the next tip for there is some serious controversy about the volley footwork. Get into that next time. But in the meantime, keep things out in front, hang tough.